Any views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by the journalists and guests are solely that of the journalists and guests and do not reflect the views, opinion, policies, or positions of Positive Lifestyle Management, LLC.
About. Think about what you're thinking about. You understand what I'm saying? But these young guys, I sit back and I see that they don't process nothing.
Okay, let's
They
think about
react.
this here then. We were worse young, right?
Yeah.
But I
Did
learned
we?
a lot of shit in that motherfucker. I had to control my emotions, had to deal with things a different way. You know what I'm saying? We process a lot of things, but in the streets, some of us was like in leadership assistants, Foz, me and Jay Dilla. So we knew how to. That's what I'm saying. We accepted things, fee, where we took hold of certain things, and what I'm saying, because we had responsibility at a young age. Foz, me and Jay Dilla, we had responsibility at a young age. We had 50 niggas up under us, 60 niggas up under us. We 15 years
Yeah.
old, G. So we had to
Yeah.
process certain things we was getting along. You know what I'm saying? So we had the mob was still functioning when we was out. We still had, everybody was in the communication. And if you do something, you got your ass whooped. So you had to process. You can't like you was done. So it just we grew up a little different, and the youth now is more of what we call the ignorant box. They live the TV, they live the entertainment life. So they role models on TV. See, my role models is the guys on this panel. A nigga I can talk to, trust, and ask for advice. The role model ain't inside no damn television. They ain't my role model. My role model is
Right.
guys like y'all who I can talk to and ask for advice. I can't talk to no motherfucking
Yes,
Michael
sir.
Jordan or LeBron James.
Right.
I can communicate with them. So I'm gonna talk to guys who I know got sense. No, I know Dilly got some educational. I know D-Mac. I know Cash. I know JJ got sense. And I know Gavin Fifi got sense. I was locked up with all y'all. So I know y'all got common sense to direct me to a better path. So so we got to try to do that with the youth we got now. And they gotta be patient with the youth. You can't be the youth now is more like they feel like they obligated to a lot of things. Like we didn't know nothing about
Yeah.
no income tax checks. The youth not that. The youth not. I tell your mama, man, somebody else fouling me, mama, because you ain't give me my money. Man, we couldn't say no
Right.
shit like that.
Right.
Right.
We don't get
So
our ass whooped. Y'all know that. What boy? Nah, beat your ass and give your name away. So it's a lot of things, man. It changed, but we just gotta. And I know some people be scared, but if you teach them growth and development, that means you ain't teaching them how to do nothing credible. The laws don't consist of that, or our policies. They don't consist of none of that. It say shut the fuck up, don't do drugs, don't steal, be respectful. Them all things our
yeah.
mothers told us, our fathers
Yeah.
told us, our grandparents told us. So this common sense, man. We had to before the mob even taught me that I knew them things already. See what I'm saying? And like when the police got me grabbed up. My mama told me don't take shit out this house. So the mob didn't have to tell me to be quiet. So my common sense kicked in. The things we
Right.
adapted as child. So them things, we just and the youth don't say nothing. They look at money. Money's the root of all evil, man. They love that green dollar bill with them slave masters on it. You fighting for
Right.
a white man on green paper with slave masters. We talking about Black Lives Matter. How? You killing
Yeah.
me for George Watson, for
Right.
Andrew Jackson. So got to it just be a lot of plot, man. We got to open our eyes, man, to the ways of real and realize how to do it right. But we got to get our stuff together. We can't ask
Right.
for outside people. Because remember this, Fifi. Can't nobody save for us, from us, for us, but us.
Think about what we was doing at a young age. Cause I'm looking at
Right.
the
The
youth.
point that
And
you and Jay Dilla was making about our upbringing. See, I these youngins now ain't got nothing to relate or compare to like we do. Our upbringing was entirely different, man. The environment we came up in was entirely different. Like Fee, I spoke to you and D Mac about this last week about the campaigning that these cats doing. It's still some middle aged dudes running around here campaigning When
Yeah.
for us, it was never a campaign. It was never a campaign. We didn't politic for nothing when we was coming up. We was made to do everything. We were,
Yeah.
we what you know what I'm saying? We didn't. There was no campaign and no coups and all of that. That was a taboo. That was taboo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the regime, we represent and the notoriety that we got and the men that we are today is based on our personal goals, objectives, teachings, and environments. That's
I,
Yeah.
literally what it is with us. Period.
Yeah.
That's we gonna
I
forever
agree
be
with
who
that,
we
bro.
are for that reason,
Yeah.
bro. Like
but check this out. I
we
got this
can't
question.
be compared to
This is a question for all of us to think about. We talk about our upbringing, right?
yeah.
The one thing that we had coming up was our parents was there. If the parent wasn't there, the uncles, the aunts, and everybody was there around us, right?
Yep.
Now just think about this here now.
Right.
These children that's coming up today, who children are they?
Man.
They ours.
They
They
still
ours.
Hold
supposed to
on,
be
hold
ours,
on.
bro.
What generation? What generation are they parents? Huh?
Our kids. Our kids.
Our
Yeah.
They
babies, babies.
These are our babies. These
Right.
25, 26, 27 years old. These our babies. And where were we at? We was absent from their lives, right?
We
That's
was
We was
gone.
that's the
absent.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why they coming up. That's why they trying to figure this stuff out on their own without us, their parents, being there.
You do
And
know this.
those who was left with the fiduciary duties to carry that on, they didn't know how to carry it on.
Man.
Y'all
Yeah,
younger
man.
children, JJ, J Dilla, JD, and Cash. Y'all are in y'all younger children's lives. These are the most
Yeah,
important
no
years
question.
of them coming up.
Yeah.
Me,
But
on the other hand, even with y'all older children, the ones that we talking about, the ones that's in their 20s and their
Yeah,
30s,
we
right?
were absent.
We were
Yeah, I was
absent. We were
absent.
sitting inside of a prison cell
Yep.
trying to be a father from in jail, but at the same time trying to be a father. We was growing up ourselves.
Definitely.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We was raising each
Yeah.
other in jail.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Cash, what you got to
Yeah.
say, man? You've been real quiet, man.
I've been
This
listening
lady, bro.
to the men here on the what's name, and when he first asked, you know, did we know how to? Did we think or did we just do things with no compunction? We did because we represented a sort of lifestyle, and in that lifestyle didn't allow us to view things in the 6 dimensions as we was taught later. View things from 6 sides, from both sides, from up, down, and in the middle, and on the bottom. You view it from 360. You got to view everything in there, and that means I learned to laugh at situations, and it gave me a second to think before you just reacted, because we was all taught to go. Right now, they looking at us saying OGs, but OGs backward ain't nothing but go. We was
Go.
going from the gate. That's what you
Okay.
gotta know. We was gone from the gate. So that part was
Yeah.
never in question in the hearts of people like that's sitting on this panel. Could we go? Would we go when the word was given? That
Wasn't even a
wasn't
man,
the
question.
question. We needed to learn
Yeah.
how to process things logically. And that came in learning what a righteous endeavor was from any endeavor. We learned to
exactly.
process
Mm-hmm.
what's right. We
That's it.
learned to associate our life with our positive lifestyle management. We learned to process that and say, what is a righteous endeavor? My vision, my path that I walk every day has to be righteous. So us conveying that to the youngins now, the youngins came up with no authority figures, what no fears. So now they coming up only thinking of themselves. So that's where the selfishness comes in when they think about you ain't put no money down, you ain't do this, and they smart, believe me, they smart because they got an encyclopedia in their hand. It's these phones.
That's all.
But,
Yep.
but they're missing the basic necessity of priorities and things like that,
Yeah.
in which the father figures instill in them. Because at one point we was probably missing them too. Couldn't nobody tell us nothing. You know what I mean? The older cats who we respected, which was the firm figures in our life, we respected that, or they was gonna beat us. But we respected that. Other than that, couldn't no everyday Joe walk up on you and say, "Hey man, what y'all standing out here for? Man, get on from out here. Hey old man, you better go around the corner now, man. We got this here. You understand?" And that's where we were. So now we're fighting to try to get into the lives of our children to get them to respect us when we made so many bad decisions, and their lives growing up without us is a reflection of that.
I had a conversation a few days ago about exactly what you said, Cash, and these youth in this generation, even the generation that's up and coming. They not they out here starving for a whole bunch. Like they starving on many levels. They like famished on many levels. And they out here, they ain't looking for no leadership. They not. You
So can
know,
I ask this question?
some of these
Are they
dudes is
creating the
looking for.
leadership within themselves?
That's what I'm
Lord of
saying.
Flies.
When it comes to that, that's
Lord
a
of Flies.
given because they still got that 1 in 8 reflex, that 1 in 8 thing that's in them, same thing that was in us this whole entire time in our careers. We gonna protect each other. We gonna keep each other out of harm's way. It was always about brotherhood and community, always. That ain't never went nowhere. It's about knowing or being able to reflect back to somebody's teaching. Somebody had to teach us to do things when we was doing them wrong. Like, hey, little nigga, no, don't do that. Don't do this. You supposed to do it this way, or this gonna happen to you. And
Yeah.
then
Right.
stand on it with an iron duke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we didn't learn from our own mistakes, we learned from somebody else's. Because an example was set. That's missing. Huge. And it didn't take a whole bunch of one parent households for anybody to figure that out. Because them was the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that it's not a factor, but it didn't really apply to being in that jungle. Like these babies in the jungle right now, the only thing they know how to do right now is shoot. They just gonna shoot because they don't even acknowledge what a real threat is. They don't even know what a real threat is. They shooting at non-threats.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Killing innocent
It's
people and all things of that nature. But the
the,
guidance and the direction, you ain't got to have a title of a leader to give anybody guidance and direction.
But then that is showing that you are a leader by giving them guidance and direction. You ain't got to have that title,
That's
but
what I'm
you are
saying about
leading.
the
Yes.
title, right? This
Yes.
this is where these youngins is confused as opposed to where we were at that age. Where we were at that age, we didn't give a damn about no title.
No.
These guys really, when you roll up and say you such and such, they going, okay, prove it. That's what they saying now. You
it's
Yeah,
who?
it's in there
Prove
now.
that.
Yeah.
they've
Prove
got a
that.
way that
I
they
don't
look at
believe you,
things.
fam. We gonna keep doing whatever. Yeah, we done heard that before. You know what I mean? That's how
Because
they moving now, bro.
they've
And
been
like I
scarred.
said, you don't
Yeah,
when you to a point that Jay Dillon made, when you firm and tenacious with your message, and you gonna stand on certain things not happening around you, you making yourself a pillar. You ain't making yourself no leader. You a pillar.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? You're
Yes.
gonna be the first and last line of defense as far as what's going on around you. And a lot of times it's gonna get back to the same people that's trying to do otherwise, and they gonna find out it's you, and then they gonna find out that the people next to them is with you.
And let me speak on that a
So
little
that
bit
fear
because
part, like Jay Dillon
Mm-hmm.
said, it is a lot of dudes scared, and a lot of dudes don't want to get they self off that lazy boy and do something around what's happening around the corner from their house because they don't want to be involved. They don't want to put their name in nothing because they tired.
and
Yes.
like Fee said, one of the things that they starving for is a couple of things, but one of the things that they starving for is trust. These youngins out here, the men and
Yeah.
the women, the young girls and the young men,
Main thing.
they
Yeah.
done been around out here. Think about it. You take all of us who was strong, all of us that's been strong, and we was placed in the belly of the beast. What was they left with out here? We all know what they was left with out here because of you tell the tree about what the fruit is. Whatever
That's
the
right.
fruit is, you know what that tree, you know what the nature of that tree is. So we know what was left out here because they are mass produced a lot of soft men, men that didn't have no identity. You know what I'm saying? So and a lot of women who assimilated to what the identity of men is because they ain't got nobody to lead them. You know how women was, they wanted a real man around them to man take be a man and man do your manly duties. You know what I'm saying? In this relationship, I need to feel protected. I need to feel like, man, I'm comfortable right here. That ain't nobody gonna ride up and just challenge this and take and do anything with me or whatsoever. So when we talk about trust, we talk about, man, these brothers and sisters out here, they don't know what
Can't
message to
find my
trust.
point.
Cause new dude's been talking good game for a long time. Good game for a long time. And people don't know
Hey,
what to
couple
trust.
blunts. What is
So
up?
that's why
Yeah, one in there.
what my man, what JJ just said about, man, that the strength of that pillar, man, when you show somebody that you are consistently, you know what I'm saying, about something, you say it out your mouth and you stand on it, and that's who you are, and everybody watching because you talking good, but everybody watching, and they want to see if you're gonna sway, if you're gonna sway like the storm. Are you strong enough to swim upstream, or are you just gonna go with the flow? You know what I'm saying? And uh, our biggest, our biggest competitor out here is information. Like I said, the man, social media and everything else, movies and everything else. It used to be where the movies that we created as producers and directors and all of that, the movies that we created was art imitating life. That took a change. It is now life imitating art. People trying to be what somebody then created. You know
So
what I'm saying? And
so
Mm-hmm.
it's a battle, but I don't like getting caught up in problems without talking about solutions. So
there
that's
you
what
go.
we're here for. So that's
That's
what
what
we're
we
here
here
for.
for. So Jay, D Mac, you been quiet,
Yes.
man.
You did.
Yeah. Well, I've been quiet because man, it's when you had a panel like this, man, with whatever I'm trying to say has already been said. But I will say this, that we was all young when we entered the system. We actually grew up in the system. It's a lot of stuff that we learned that we need to pass down, and a lot of stuff that I want to piggyback on that people are looking for. First of all, with our kids, our kids need that leadership of a parent, a male figure in their life to teach them how to be grown. It's only so much that one parent can do. Not saying male or woman, but only so much that one parent can do. You definitely need that cohesive of two parents to teach your kids and to teach the community what they need to know to go beyond the future. So what we need to do is that we all learned a lot of stuff from while we was in jail. We need the men to step up. We need the people that actually have knowledge to step up and teach these kids and teach the parents too, because you got a lot of people our age or older that actually don't know what to do because they've been trying to do it by themselves for so long. So the kids is not, I ain't gonna say they're not respecting, but they need more of authority figures in their life to teach them the ins and outs. It was something that JD was saying earlier about when we was young, we came in the system. We didn't know about the health insurance and all this stuff and the loans and everything like that. These are the things that we have to teach our youth now today, because everything is about information. So everything is all about the internet and all that type of stuff. So we need to know what to do in this type of situation. These people that's on the panel right now, we learn so much and we are still learning every day. We need to pass that stuff down to them. Period.
Okay. So now What are we doing? Because let me ask y'all this here, because Jay Dilla just said that we need to get to the solution. We ain't here to talk about the problem. Now,
Mm-hmm.
one of the networkers sent me a message, and it's the tribe of Judah said, we'll do something because right now you ain't doing nothing but talking on video, so get busy and lead the way. We waiting, right? But
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing. This person don't know that for all my life, that's what I've been doing, getting busy,
Right.
working, and still on the front line, still doing right. So now, what are
Yeah.
we doing as individuals to help
Brad,
ourselves and our families far as positive?
yeah, I watch JD out there in the field. You know what I'm saying? Some people look at him and be like, man, bro, you too old to be out there. But he out there in the field. Everybody got a calling to none, nobody else's. If that
Right,
brother call is to be out there in the field and he has influence on them young brothers out there that he deal with, interact with day to day, because believe me, some slip through the cracks and they out there. And guess who out there right
Yeah.
there, you know what I'm saying, getting in the game and walking them through it. Now, me myself, I didn't ran and bumped into a calling for my life. You know what I'm saying, man? God pulled me. He pulled me directly into the church. Something I never ever saw myself getting in interaction with. But that changed my life and changed my perspective about everything. So when you talk about mentorship, and I'm dealing with the brothers who are influenced by a faith, because some of them do have been had the seeds planted in them to love God, but they
Mm-hmm.
wrestle every day within themselves. There's that battle, good and evil. You know what I'm saying? They run out there to the streets, but right there, that's why I'm at. You catch them. You know what I'm saying? You catch them while they still right there, because
Yeah.
there's so much hypocrisy in the church as well, that those brothers who trying to hold on, they get like a bad taste in their mouth and they run from the church and run out there to the streets, because the church then got so sanctimonious and so aloof from what the mission is, to where it's doing, because they ain't had, they need grassroots guys like us that's
Right.
bold,
Yeah.
that's bold and not timid with that word. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, these young brothers, like, I'm doing mentorship programs. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? I went to one the other day, and man, I was surprised to see it. Old broken down church. I didn't know what was going on inside. I was invited to it to go get my testimony. I go inside, and it's about 15 to 20 young brothers in there. You know what I'm saying? Who, yeah, and the program is granted. It's through a grants. These other guys got, and they paying these little brothers. You know, get, you have to have some kind of incentive nowadays. So they paying these little brothers to complete these programs, but they in there, and each one of them got a Bible. Each one of them sit down and they give an encouraging word or whatsoever. And I got up there to give my testimony. And I felt the calling that this is a place that I should be 2, 3 times a week, to come and give an exhortation, give a word of encouragement to them. Because not only when they heard my testimony, they can identify with me, they not feeling so separate,
Yeah.
like, okay, he a pastor, he grew up in the church. Oh, he don't know nothing about this life out here. No, bro. I've been exactly where you at.
Right.
Exactly where you at. But I'm gonna show you how good God is.
yeah,
And I agree to that what Jay Dilla was talking about, because I'm not only just mentorship with young people, I mentor with everybody. Anybody could always call me, we could talk, and I didn't
Men
talk to
mentoring
all
men.
y'all, not even about the org or anything like that, just about personal stuff, period. And we need each other mentorship anyway with each other to help us to stay atop above what we supposed to be on. But anytime that you could also
Yeah.
get through one person, you did 1,000 things, period. Because that one
Did a good
person
job.
could
Yeah.
go
Did a good job.
mentorship somebody else and go mentorship somebody else, and that person go mentorship somebody else. So
Each one
I'm
teach
doing
one.
my job. I'm into the politics real tough. I'm into the mentorship real tough. I'm not just talking this stuff. I want to show them that I've been there. And I like what Jay Dilla was saying, that I give testimony. I could give testimony about where I've been. So when I talk to people, I'm not talking. I'm not doing the church the church speaking. I'm talking in their tongue, their language, where they can understand me because I've been where they are. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I'm still there somewhat. So I could actually speak to them
Yeah,
about that. So it ain't no
yeah,
I ain't gonna put no mustard on it or ketchup and all that type of stuff. I'm gonna give it to you straight from the hip. So
yeah,
And this is tough, man.
I think that needs to
Uh,
really be done. We need to
this is
get we need to get to we need to give it to the youth and to anybody, even grown people too, because grown people need it too. Everybody needs to be re-educated and more knowledge and all that type of stuff. So we need to do that.
Forever a student, brother.
Forever
Yeah,
student.
we forever student.
yeah.
It ain't that you can't teach a no all old dog new tricks. I don't believe that. You know what I'm
No,
saying? We
yeah.
can always teach
You can teach
everybody.
them
Each one
new
teach
ways.
one.
Yeah,
You
you can
know?
teach them new ways. Yeah, you can teach them new ways. See, but how I
Yeah.
communicate with the youth, man? I went back to the old school, the love, life, loyalty, not with them understanding custom. So I go
Uh-huh.
to old school. I teach them how to love each other and to have loyalty and have a positive lifestyle management like you're doing, Fee. So that's why I
Yeah.
teach them. And then I give them wisdom for me. I let them read knowledge so they can understand what growth and development is about. That's what I do. I ain't teaching them. I ain't telling them go grab no gun, go shoot wee up and juice you up. I don't teach that shit. I teach strictly how to be a positive young man or woman, how to be productive.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
And,
Like you say,
and you
stand still
lead
is for
by
that.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
right, Lee. So that's what I do. I work every day. I don't call off. You know, your delicate vouch for that. I don't call off. Rain, sleet, or snow, I'm gone. So I leave back
Yeah.
example. I try to be a action figure. I don't try to be all that all that mouth. I ain't on all that mouth all the time. I try to lead back. And then if the ones who don't listen, all right, man, you gone then, brother. I ain't for the fortune on it. You don't want it right
Right.
now. Catch me some other
and
time.
Mhm.
But for the most part, man, the youth, the ones I mess with, they listen, man. They educated, they mindful of these situations. They don't be involved in all that BS stuff. So, we doing it block, back, block, corner, back, corner, man. That's what they say do it, man. You can't do it all at once. So you got to go block, back, block, corner, back, corner, man.
you
That's how I do my
Cash.
contributions, man.
Yeah,
So how are you contributing not just to the community but to your family at the same time? It's called the reason I'm saying this here, right? Because what all you brothers have said is we can get on here all day and discuss the history and all this stuff, right? We can discuss all the problems that's going on, but at the same time, people need to know what are we doing so they can see it.
Yeah,
Because now, mind you, now all of us have been in the belly of the beast. I've done over 33 years of my life in prison, and I'm only 55 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So people need to know exactly what
that,
I'm doing, what each one of us are doing. See what I'm saying? So what are you doing? I know you got businesses, and what you doing, bro?
yeah. Well, first of all, I run a construction company because all y'all know that's what I do. But my contribution is befitting of my name. You know, they call me Cash because they didn't want to call me Calculator or something corny like that. The guys would have just made fun of me and stuff. Gave me Indian burns and stuff like that, man. You know, but my my intro is through finances, man. Without an economical base, we have nothing. These youngsters is attracted to money. A lot of them is smart, know how to go get something, but we got to show them what to do with it. And so my point and my intro is showing and how to build generational wealth. Now, all of us up here say we'll do anything for our family, man. We'll do anything for our people. Where anything is right now. Anything is right now. You can either pass. You're gonna leave a legacy whether you like it or not. You can either pass down struggle or you can pass down something that's going to help them affect their lives. Now, we was missing from their lives in the beginning when we was gone. But when we pass away, because the Most High say everybody got to go one day. So when we go,
yeah,
let's go in front of our grave. Let's reach
yeah,
out
one
and try
day.
to help these children, help our grandchildren, help our families. And see, I want to be a poverty prevention specialist. I show people not life insurance. People look at it wrong when they say life insurance. I'm saying income insurance. I believe all you brothers bring a certain amount of income into your household. If you were gone, if we take that lifestyle, we take that money that you bringing into your home away, what
Yep.
happens to them bills? Do the bills stay the same?
No, they mount. Yeah, they mount up.
So we need to put something on us, and the rule is 10. If I'm bringing in 100,000, I need $1 million policy to make sure that for the next 10 years, at least my family got a leg up to push them forward. So I'm trying to construct and show people how to build generational wealth. I'm showing people how money works, like the rule of 72. There's a lot of people that don't know nothing about the rule of 72. But that's the rule that was invented by Albert Einstein, and all it takes is for you to divide your interest rate of whatever account or whatever you got going on into 72, and it'll tell you approximately how much time it'll take for that money to double. So if we out here playing the game of money, we got to know how money works.
Preach.
If we don't know how money works, we losing. Right
Yeah,
now,
you tell
our
the truth.
net worth as average, our net worth as black men is $1,700. The average white man net worth is $177,000. How far are we behind right now?
Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying is,
That's
brother,
real far.
we can change this. It's time for our standards to evolve from what we was taught. Those teachings started in 81. It's time to make those teachings evolve into something greater, because time has changed. Things have changed, and we know to stand still is to die. We can't hold on to 81 and hope 81 get us to 2053.
No, sir.
We
Right.
have to make the necessary changes, like Dad said. Learn from my mistakes
Amen.
and be better. We can be better. So now what I'm trying to do is teach all my people how to pass down wealth instead of passing down struggle. Oatmeal beats no meal. So even if
Oh,
it's 20,000,
even
30,000,
mush, huh? What about mush?
boy, they don't know nothing about no
They
mush.
don't know nothing about mush.
They don't know nothing about no mush when it was so real. 27 of 50. I'll be 51 in
Wow.
in
April.
April.
Wow.
That's more
Have
than
your
half
life.
of my life. Now we ain't even talking
Wow.
about ages your pamper to 13.
Wow.
When mom's got you, my mom in the next room. When mom's got you. So when you want to talk about living, you jumped off the porch at 13 to 18. At 18, I was in Division One with Fee and Dylan and them. We was on the
Yeah.
school wing.
Real
Wow.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
What? I got 5 years, 6
Yeah.
years, 11 years on the bricks as a
Yeah.
man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Stop
all we
playing.
had. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't trying
Yeah.
to
We
be
was
that
little
no
kids.
more.
We
So
wasn't
man,
men,
I'm
but that
saying
boy.
Kids.
We was
this
kids, man.
income,
Yeah,
this
All us was.
we
lifestyle
was kids.
has to be
We
fueled
move
by
like grown
money.
men. Shit.
We
Hey,
got to do this.
So
And
now
I
let me ask
walk
this
with
here.
some of the
That's
brothers
go ahead.
in briefly.
All us on this panel, we got in over 100 years
Yes.
of prison time.
Way over.
Easily.
oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
That's
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 generations. What's a
Yeah.
generation? 20
About
years.
22.
20
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So we got over
Yeah.
100 years sitting right here together, man. That's over 5 generations of prison. And so this is
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm saying. I'm so honored to have you guys, right? I am so honored because when I came home, everybody was giving me this doomsday speech, right, about everything. I said,
Mm-hmm.
no, we're gonna change this. I'm not gonna allow this to sit back. And this been D-Mac been right there with me, man. I can't lie. D-Mac was right there from the time I come home. Then Cash came home, got in touch with Jay Dilla, JD Hustle, JP, everybody. And look where y'all sitting there right now, man. Telling y'all testimony, giving people's the real, man. This is the real. If we don't get ourselves together, man, we're going to continue to be repeating the same cycle over and over and over. And I love you brothers,
Yeah.
man, for supporting, man, for coming on and supporting, man, and letting the world know that the positive and productive things that you all are doing, man. How y'all leading y'all life, how y'all being an inspiration to the community, man. I love this here, man. You know, this is what the
Yeah.
world
You
needs
got
to
you
hear.
got